KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Ball is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah.
Hey, CJ.
Don't disrespect the game like that. It's too much pride from that. He's a man. He can be a kid just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had no work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We're streaming live on KYOKradio.org, and I tell you what, I got a lot of stuff today. I mean, a lot of stuff today. Got up and caught the Olympics opening the Parade of Nations, and that was kind of interesting. It was great to see all the different nations coming in, bearing their flags and wearing their respective colors, outfits, and what have you. And I got to say, I think maybe Tonga stole the morning or evening, whatever time it is over there. A couple of brothers, no shirts on. I know their DMs are hot right now. Somebody, Granny, was up this morning, had her coffee and biscuits with gravy, and she messed around and saw them young men on that show with no shirts on, had that baby Earl all on them, and she's like, baby, show me how to get a DM. I need a DM. Somebody, Granny, was trying to DM this morning, because them Tonga boys was out there with no clothes on. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see. And what's up with the young man from Japan? Aren't they the host nation? He was pumping it up. We are number one. And I'm not talking about like number one for real. You know, that number one when somebody cuts you off. That number one when you go to church, somebody take your parking space. You know that one. He was pumping it up. If it wasn't for one of his homeboys jumping in front of him, I think the president of Japan would have called him and said, yo, come here. Come here. I said come here. Over there is there. Over here is here. I'm just telling you, it was some stuff. It was some stuff this morning, man. It was some stuff this morning. Several countries came in dancing. They was getting it in. I was like, y'all better come on, put some flavor on this thing. I loved it. Now, of course, there'll be several events in the Olympics this evening, this afternoon. You can check your local NBC listings. Check your local NBC listings, and you ought to be able to get everything that's scheduled today. I think one of the interesting events for me today is going to be 3-on-3 basketball. 3-on-3 basketball. Who's on the Olympic U.S. 3-on-3 team? I'm curious. Now, see, I got folks sending me stuff about. Don't be sending me these little what are they, gifts of old ladies licking their lips. Don't do that. I have my clothes on. I did not come out carrying the flag for my country, all buffed up and cut up like I am, dressed up in baby oil. So don't be showing me these pictures of these older ladies licking their lips. Stop it. That's just wrong. I'm not even going to tell y'all who did that, Jason. I'm not going to call Jason's name and say he sent that nonsense to me laughing out loud. You crazy, boy. Get off my stuff. But who's on the U.S. 3-on-3 basketball team? I'm curious. I'm looking that up. Congratulations to Cleveland. They changed the name of their baseball team. No longer will they be referred to as the Indians. They are now the Cleveland Guardians. The Cleveland Guardians. That happened today. U.S. women's. Let's go women's first. Let me see. I can't even type. Y'all fooling with me in these. Y'all leave the grannies alone. Stop it. It might be somebody younger than the granny. You need to check your girlfriend phone. She might be trying to say, hey, yo, Tonga, I got a passport. You better watch out now. Leave me alone. Don't play. It's Freestyle Friday. My guest is not going to be able to make it with us today. Dayon Dunlap from U of H is not going to be able to make it today. I know there's a lot going on over there, so we'll have to reschedule him. Dayon Dunlap, color analyst from U of H, is going to have him on the show, talk about the possibility of them going to the Big 12 now that UT and OU are trying to make the jump to the SEC. All right, US 3-on-3. All right, who's on this team? I got to find this out. 3-on-3 basketball, US team. All right, here it is. Let me see. Yeah, I don't like our team already. I don't even know who these people are. I shouldn't I? Okay, they got pictures. Stephanie Dolson from the Chicago Sky. Alicia Gray. Hey, Alicia, from the Dallas Wings. What's up, Alicia? And then they got Kelsey Plum from the Las Vegas Aces. And then they got Jackie Young from the Las Vegas Aces. And then you got Carol Lawson as the coach, Margie Hunt. All right. Okay. All right, who's on the men's 3-on-3? Look, who's on the men's 3-on-3 basketball team for the Olympics? Men's 3-on-3 basketball team for the Olympics, because I know I should know some of those ladies. God bless them. You know, I'm for the ladies. I hope they win it all. U.S. men failed to qualify for the Olympic 3-on-3. Well, there's that. At least the ladies qualified. If I'm Kara Lawson, I keep them away from them Tonga fellas. Keep them focused, Kara. Kara, keep them focused. Look, say no to Tonga. No to Tonga. I got to take a break. I'll be right back right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Here's Jacqueline Carr with her winning attitude. Be right back.
I am Jacqueline Carr, and here is your winning strategy. In the story of David and Goliath, David saw the size of the giant Goliath with his eyes, but the winning attitude in his heart would not let him focus on the outer appearance of the giant. 1 Samuel 17, verse 32 says, "And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine." David told Saul not to let his heart fail. Your bravery to take on anything lies in your heart. You will have people standing in awe of how God is using you to do things that seems impossible. Because you have the winning attitude, you are going to slay the things that others could not. Somebody say amen.
Back to school season is on. Get best-in-class savings at JCPenney. Gear up with 40% off backpacks from brands that always have their back. And shop smart on doorbusters across the store while they last all weekend long. That means stocking up on essentials like $5.99 select kids tees and $14.99 select kids shorts. Don't forget to use your coupon to save an extra 25% and check everything off your list in one easy trip. Weekdays are back in style. JCPenney. Offers and coupon valid through 8/4. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. That's 800-298-0139.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America, District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. All new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org, on Facebook at The Lunch Break, KYOK, on YouTube, The Lunch Break with AJ Jones, on Twitter at Lunch Break, KYOK. Appreciate y'all. And I got to shout out to Nuts and Bolts Sports. They've been sharing the show on LinkedIn. Come on now, come through. Nuts and Bolts, love y'all, man. Love y'all, appreciate the love, and thank you for all the support. Again, want to really appreciate Nate Griffin, Fox 26, up there in legendary status here in the city of Houston. Been doing this thing since 1989. I want to thank him for dropping in on us yesterday. A lot of energy, Nate. A lot of energy from him. Appreciate you, brother. And then Chris Gardner, Houston Round Ball Review, did not disappoint. And we got a double dose because Willie Gibson, broadcast journalist from the Ohio State University, dropped in on us yesterday with Chris Gardner over the phone line. And I mean, that was one of those shows. I hope you got something out of it because it was definitely a joy for me. I had three of my favorite dudes on, and that was really good. I appreciated that. Also, big shout out to David Grubb. If y'all haven't been following David is killing it on Crunch Time with David Grubb on 103.7 in Louisiana. Y'all got to check him out. Y'all have got to check. I post up the show every day. I got to start posting it up on the lunch break page. But if you follow me on Twitter, I make sure to post up who he's got coming up. But be sure and follow David Grubb. And then, man, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, my little sister, is doing her thing. She's actually covering the Olympics for her station. So Great stuff there. Appreciate, love all of them. You know, Valencia King is getting it in, doing her thing. Curls in Sports. Erica celebrated a birthday yesterday. Got to lift her up, keep her going. She's about to have a baby, so real excited for her. Vashti Hurt is still killing it over there on Carolina Blitz. Y'all be sure and follow her. Y'all know how we do. We got great folks that come on the show. Christina Williams is just, I mean, she is the 30, one of the members of the 30 under 30 for Forbes magazine. And I don't think they say magazine anymore, but for Forbes, 30 under 30, she is doing some great things. They called her the Twitter of the WNBA. And I love it. I love what all of my colleagues and friends are doing. As I mentioned, Dayon Dunlap, color analyst from University of Houston, was going to be with us right now, but had something come up and is not going to be able to make it. We're going to reschedule him to come back. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out Keisha Kelly. Man, if y'all not following Keisha Kelly, you missing out. You don't love Black college HBCUs. You don't love the Black college experience if you're not following Keisha Kelly, because that young lady is really, really doing some great things. She got to interview one of the Olympians before they went over to Tokyo. She was all up in SWAC Media Day. And again, just love the work that she does. She is my true sister, my true friend. So had to get all those shout outs real quick. All right, let me take a break. And then when we come back, I got to talk about the bombshell that the NFL dropped yesterday and the responses from a couple of former members of the Houston Texans. We'll do that when we come back right after this. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. I got wide open phone lines since my guest is not coming on. Wide open phone lines, and it's Freestyle Friday. So, you know, we can talk about anything. Oh, we got to send thoughts and prayers up for Megyn Kelly. Nothing happened to her other than she had to stand there and watch Naomi Osaka bring in the Olympic flame. I know that had to kill her. Her and Pierce Morgan, po things. Y'all check on them. Check. Thoughts and prayers, Megan. Thoughts and prayers, Pierce. Had to watch that girl bring in the Olympic flame. Something that y'all will never do. I sure feel bad for y'all. No, I don't, but I really do feel bad for y'all. No, I don't, but I got to take a break. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Or text me, 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. That's 800-219-8332.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. That's 800-958-2156.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary
Y'all know about that. Y'all know about that.
KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in Hawaii.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio 1140 AM and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Back here on the lunch break. I mean it, man. I tell you what, I'm tripping. I am really tripping. All right, before I divert to something else, Freestyle Friday. So on Freestyle Friday, I'm usually all over the place. Just a random question for you. Random question. What's the longest you've ever been on hold? You call like a business and you call their customer service. What's the longest you've ever been on hold that you actually waited? I'm curious. Because I had an experience earlier today and it was ungodly. It was like, wait, what? And there's no other place you could call for this particular business. It's one of our utilities. Nobody else you can call. Like you either wait or you just don't do it because there's no other option. I tried to go online and do it and that didn't work. So yeah, what's the longest you've ever been on hold where you actually waited? Just curious. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. All right, so the NFL yesterday late, it was an evening drop, said that should a COVID-19 outbreak occur amongst a team's unvaccinated players, the team will be required to forfeit that game and credit it with a loss. Also, if it's necessary to cancel that game, neither team's players would be paid for that game. Wow. And it was specific. If it's an outbreak amongst a team's unvaccinated players, the team will be required to forfeit that game and credit it with a loss. And if they cannot reschedule the game during the regular 18 weeks season, they play 17 games over 18 weeks, then neither team is going to be played. Neither the team's players would be paid. So, former Houston Texans wide receiver who got treated as bad as you could possibly get treated by Billy O'Brien-ness, where he traded him away for the ability to wait online for one of the utilities. That's literally all he got back for him. He said, DeAndre said, quote, "Never thought I would say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in the vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL. Now, he has since deleted that tweet. But you know Twitter, baby. They don't miss nothing, and they can find anybody. If you want to act a fool out here in these streets and get filmed on Twitter, they're gonna find you. They're gonna find you, your government name, where you work, your mama, where she worked. They're gonna see your granny trying to get in them DMs with the Tonga boys. They're gonna find you. Twitter does not play. If Bin Laden had been around when Twitter was around, they'd have found him like the minute he got lost. I'm just telling you, Twitter don't play. So yeah, they kept the screenshot of that. And Hopkins followed the tweet up with another simply saying, freedom, ? Jalen Ramsey says he won't look at teammates differently if they choose not to get vaccinated. Hopkins tweeted, my girlfriend brother in the military got the vaccine and had heart problems right after. When you stand for something, they hate you. DJ Reader, former Texan, had a couple of things to say. And let me see. I don't have DJ's quotes in front of me here. But, man, hey, Charlotte. Charlotte, you're probably one of the biggest Texan fans I know. If you got a minute, why don't you call me? 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000, Charlotte. Charlotte, if you got a minute, call me, please. I want to get your thoughts on former Houston Texans DeAndre Hopkins and DJ Reader and their comments. I'm curious. All right, here she go. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
This is Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte, how are you?
I'm good until you put me on the spot.
You know I do that because, really, you like one of the biggest Texan fans I know.
Oh.
You and Anthony Rogers, Byron Johnson, y'all big time Texan fans.
Yeah, but things might be a changing.
Well, let me ask you this. You heard the comments that DeAndre said about the NFL saying if an unvaccinated player causes an outbreak, then they're going to have to forfeit the game. And if they can't reschedule it, they're going to, nobody's going to get paid.
Yeah, and it's going to be considered a loss for the team.
Right.
But the thing is, the schedule is already so tight. How do you know when both teams are going to be able to meet up to reschedule it anyway? You won't have time to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're more than likely both teams will not be off at the same time for their off week.
Right. And they move games around to like Monday, Wednesday. We had some Tuesday games. It was crazy. 1 week we had a game almost every night of the week. DJ Reader, former Houston Texan, said, talk about getting your hand forced, shaking my head. And then he came back and he said, teams had outbreaks all last year, and the league still got their money on Sundays, right? So now they just will get it and say we forfeit?
Yeah. They'll get the money and you won't get paid.
Yeah.
So they're still going to take your money and you won't get paid. Now, what does that say for the fans? Like, people who bought tickets to go to these games, they're forfeiting the games. The league is still getting their money. The players aren't getting paid. What happens to the people that go to the games that have bought the tickets?
Yeah, let me just say this. That's called rain check.
Yeah, for what? For what?
Baby, they'll figure it out.
It's more than likely sold for the next game, so
they'll figure something out. They will.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Let me ask it's Charlotte Jeter joining us on the show. Charlotte, so I'm all for people having their own choice. but the NFL is a private business. And you always hear when it's the players say, oh, we want this, we want that. Folks say, oh, but they're the owners and they're the billionaires. If you don't want to do it, then you don't play. Well, now that there's something that they agree with the players on, now they want the players to push back and not succumb to this. What are your thoughts?
I think it's personal. I mean, I don't know, Dre. I'm kind of torn. I'm really torn with this because I can see it from both sides. I'm torn.
Really? So, all right, let's make it personal then. You are an NFL employee. And not only do they say if the players cause an unvaccinated players cause an outbreak, but the unvaccinated employees, if you cause an outbreak, you ain't getting your money either. What you doing?
Okay, so here's the thing. They need to have a standard. Either you can play vaccinated or you can't play if you're not vaccinated.
See, now that's the one I don't agree with. Let me tell you why.
I agree with it because here's the thing. If it's spreading again, okay, it's different variants out there. Why should we risk not everybody? I mean, when you send your kids to school, you get them vaccinated so they won't spread it to everybody else.
Girl, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I don't want to call no names, but Conroe ISD say if your child come to school and they got COVID, we ain't taking them out of the classroom.
Well, Conroe is retarded. So
you can't say that word on the show, Charlotte. You know you can't say that word.
And their mayor is retarded.
Charlotte. Don't say the word a bunch of times. You're going to get me in trouble. I'm gonna have FCC violations, and I'm going to have people protesting against me.
They have mentally challenged. I take it back. That's all me, not the sports show. It's me.
Where's my disclaimer? I need my disclaimer. But Charlotte.
I'm your disclaimer. I'm claiming all of it.
So, I mean, there are people out there that legitimately are anti-vaxxers. They don't want the mumps vaccine, the measles, diphtheria, tetanus. They don't want nothing. And they want their civil rights to be able to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, they don't want any of it, but then as soon as they get one of them, they want to break your neck to get a treatment.
All right, so here's what I think. You ready?
So let me tell you how I feel about the people getting vaccinated. Here's the thing.
All right.
If you're out on the field, it's physical contact.
Right.
I mean, y'all got these helmets on and all that. Come on, it's been spreading.
Right.
So my thing is, if you, I understand you not wanting to get it, but this is the repercussion of you not wanting to get the shot. Because otherwise it's going to spread throughout the league. And then everybody's going to be like, well, they should have set up some standards. It's on both ends. It's like, okay, you don't want to get this shot, but do you understand that not getting this shot, you're risking the health of other players? Or does that not matter? Because the whole thing is about stopping the spread. So if you're going to be in contact with all of these people constantly, I'm talking at practice with your own team members. I'm talking on the field against different people, the coaching staff, the people on the airplanes you're flying with, everybody. When y'all on the bus together. If you're going to risk that and continue to spread, then when will it stop, or will it stop?
Okay. I'm hearing
I'm at home working because we don't want to spread it and we don't get that close to each other at work. But I'm at home working. I don't hug everybody and come into contact with everybody at my job like that. I would be leery, especially if I have a wife, kids, parents, husband at home, whatever the case may be, whatever your preference is. If I have people at home that I can take viruses back to, and it's just, we got to have some standards. I might get beat up for this, but I mean.
No. You're not going to get, you ain't going to get beat up in my presence. It ain't going to happen. And if you do get beat up, you just tell me who beat you up, and you know how we roll. So let me come back to it real quick. So Michael Irvin, Dallas Cowboy, great. From the U says, I don't care about the right wing. I don't care about the left wing. I only care about a ring. I don't care about the conspiracies. Oh, they trying to kill you. If the government wanted you dead, we would be dead by now. What Michael is saying is get the shot. Just quit playing, get the shot, and go win you a ring.
Yeah. say he don't care about the shot, he wants the ring? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's saying, players, stop complaining. Just take the shot and go ahead and win you a ring. That's what you ought to be focusing on, not Democrat, Republican conspiracies. Take the shot and get a championship.
I agree with that. I agree if that's what you want to do. If you want to play, follow the rules. But you got to have a set of rules. The NBA is on both. The NFL is on both sides of it. Okay, you can play without having the shot, and if your team has to forfeit because of the spread, then you lose the game, and we take this. Or you can play having the shot. You can't have it both ways.
Well, and again, I kind of get.
There's no respect. There's no respect.
Yeah, I kind of get why they're trying to play both sides of it. But let me ask you this: here's the group that I'm concerned about. Why, if you're not going to take the shot, you're not coming in unmasked. You're not coming in, like you said, hugging all up next to me, showering all next to me, all that kind of stuff. You don't get it all your way. This ain't Burger King. You got to wear your mask. You got to social distance. You got to wash your little nasty hands. You got to do all the stuff that you're supposed to do. You're not just going to come in here Wild Wild West because you don't believe in the vaccine or believe in the virus.
Yeah, but how do they do that on the field?
I'm just trying to be politically correct.
Ain't no politically correct for it. Come on. What's the deal with getting the shot?
It's a big deal, folks. They don't. So, all right. So I had this conversation with somebody last night.
Every day. They complained about the test last year. They rather get tested every day, sometimes twice a day, before you get to a place. And then what if you're in a stage to where the virus isn't showing, but by the time you get on the field, it's active.
Yeah. I don't know. So are we going to have football this year or not?
We're going to have it for a short season. I don't really care about football this year, to be honest.
Wait a minute. How you going to be a Texan fan and you don't care about football?
I say this year. I'm pissed at the Texans, too. So.
You can't say that word either, I don't think.
I'm peed off at the Texans.
There it is.
Send me out. Okay, send me the bill they send you, okay?
I need a jar for you. Okay, so wait a minute now. Y'all won 4 games last year with the team y'all had. Y'all got a better team now. Your new favorite guy, Nick Caserio, brought in everybody. He brought in everybody. He brought in everybody not named Tom Brady. So y'all got a bunch of no-name good. Well, y'all got some names, but y'all got a bunch of new players. You got a new head coach, man. David Culley, baby. David Culley. What can you say about David Culley? You ever had somebody say, it's like, what he look like? Oh, baby, David Culley. But what does he look like? Girl, he go to church. He did David Culley.
And that's all and to be honest, that's all they're looking for is evangelists right now.
Yeah.
They're not looking for football players. They want evangelists.
Well, that's because of the Pope of the Texans, Jack Easterby. Y'all got your own Pope.
If they get rid of Jack Easterby, they might be all right. But apparently, him and Cal have something going on some level. And
they're prayer partners.
Not insinuating anything. I'm just saying.
They're prayer partners.
I have a lot of prayer partners. That has absolutely nothing to do.
They love the Lord.
Yeah, and all of them love the Lord.
They love the good Lord.
With the Lord.
Yeah.
However, they doing some other stuff, and Cal just needs some magnifying glasses. And until he gets some, and Janice gets some too, then it's gonna be an issue.
I'm just gonna tell y'all something right now. Y'all ain't gonna want to hear this, and I'm probably never gonna get a media credential for the Texans ever again. Cal and his family are not as naive to this as y'all think that they are. Y'all think that Jack and all these other people are.
No, I think they know exactly
what they're doing.
They know exactly what it is, but he's the one taking all the licks for it.
Cal is like the Teflon Don. He don't take no licks. He cool as the other side of the pillow.
Cal needs to run a regular business and not a football team.
Well, now there's that. You did say that with your chest.
Find out what lane he belongs in on the street, because he does not need to be on the freeway. Find him a lane on a side street and stay in it. Don't get on Main Street. Don't get on Kirby. Don't get on Fannin. Don't get on none of those.
Yeah.
On like West Little York Road or something and tread over there.
Yeah. So how many wins y'all gonna have this year? 17-win season. What's the record gonna be? Give it to me.
Oh, you know me. I'm always lying. 17-0.
In the spirit of the late Skipper Lee Frank, get off my telephone. Get off my telephone. Charlotte, you be safe out there. Have a blessed weekend, all right?
Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you too. Charlotte Jeter, man. I love her for free. We go way, way, way back. That woman just talked. I mean, when I tell you she talked mad trash about the Houston Texans, talked about the owner, his wife, talked about the owner mama. And then when I say, okay, well, give me the record, 17 games, 17-0. That is crazy to me. That is crazy. That's called fandom right there. If you ever wanted to look like, know what fandom sounded like, that's it right there. Can't stand the owner, can't stand the GM, coach, can't stand none of the players. They all make me sick. Can't stand none of what their record gonna be, 17-0. I got to take a break, just catch my breath. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
Do you have high blood pressure or diabetes? Are you over the age of 65 and covered by Medicare? Then pay close attention to this message. Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID-19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527.
Do you have a home that you don't want anymore? We can buy it from you within 24 hours, any home, size, or condition. For over 20 years, we've been buying homes for cash and helping homeowners sell their homes immediately, with no listings or strangers walking through your home. Are you moving? Did you lose your job? Going through a divorce? Whatever the reason, if you're in a bind and you know that you need to sell your house fast, call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. We'll make you a serious cash offer to buy your home in 24 hours and let you walk away from it. No listing, no waiting. Sell any home, any size, any condition now. Call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. Make this free call now.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760. If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number: 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brady Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, we back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday. Keith Hennig said he waited for 48 minutes with the cable company, and yeah, that ain't even right, bro. That I promise you, I mean it with everything I love. If I wait for 48 minutes for something that I have an option to do something different with, I promise you, in about half that time, I will have gotten the other company on the phone, and we would have new cable, new service in there before you even come to the phone. Now, when it's the gas company, when it's the water company, there's people like that, you don't really have a choice. But man, I try that. Woo-wee. I have unplugged, uncut my cable a long time ago, so I don't really have those issues. And I know how to handle my own Fire Stick and Roku and all that kind of stuff. But man, I wish a cable company would. I don't care if I'm under contract or not. I will get on the phone and argue about me getting out of my contract based on me having a new company in there because you made me wait 48 minutes. I promise you, baby, hear me. That one won't happen. But again, if it's one of those companies that you don't have any choice, what do you do? What do you do? What's the longest you've ever waited on hold for a call to a company that you had to make? Like you had to wait. You had no other choice. What's the longest you waited? What's the longest you wait, man? Hey, customer service is a dying commodity. It's literally, it is dying. It is dying. I went to a fast food establishment and I literally asked the person, it's like, baby, did you have to make that hard? Like, really, it's not hard. If you couldn't do it, the answer was no. And we do something else. But I mean, made it real hard, man. Customer service. Charlotte, 3 hours at the IRS. But you're right, because where else can you go? You can't go to the MRS or the DRS. You got to go to the what? IRS. Man, oh man, 3 hours. 3 hours. And you probably had an appointment, didn't you? You probably had an appointment and still waited 8 hours. 3 hours. I'm just saying. Man, she said bad attitudes, hang-ups. Child, listen. On everything I love. Two things I don't like is being on hold and being in traffic. Just two things I just don't. If you want to know something about me, traffic and on hold, I'd rather just stick needles in my eyes. I do. I don't even want no more help. I don't want no more help. And then they come on and they're like, "Hi, sir, how you doing? How can I help you?" I'm like, I'm like Deion Sanders. Call me Coach Jones. I'm sorry, what? Don't call me by my first name. I don't know you. Can't be waiting all this time. Charlotte, now. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Look, I'm working on rubbing my ears and saying woosah. I'm working on it. It ain't working yet. I ain't got the right thumbs for it. My thumbs are not made to rub the back of my ears. Charlotte say the transfer, and you start all over explain. That part right there, why did you have me put in my account information if you were only going to transfer me and make me have to explain the whole thing again, and you need to re-verify who I say I am? I'm the same dude that they just transferred to you from the last person. That's who I am. I'm like, oh, Lord, pray for me. Pray for me. Okay, but anyway, Charlotte did say they was going to be 17-0. That's what she said. After saying she ain't like none of the Texans, none of the owners, none of the people's wives or nothing. She's what they gonna be, Charlotte? 17-0. All right, look, let me get the birthdays. Let me get to the birthdays. Let me change my whole attitude. Somebody's listening to me now and they're like, bruh, are you all right? No. I had to wait for over an hour just to get some business taken care of that they had wrong. All right, let me get to these birthdays. Let's see. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to Rochelle Hall, 43 today. Willie Talton is 50. Big 50, Willie. Start calling you Giannis. Taylor Bonner, an amazing photographer, videographer. Taylor is celebrating a birthday today, along with Ridian Bullock celebrating a birthday with one of the best men in the world. Let me tell you something. This dude right here is one of the coolest dudes this side of heaven. His name is Randall Davis. I love him. He's 37 years young today. Happy birthday, Randall. Jasmine Brantley celebrating a birthday with James Hudson. Ty Watts with her ministering self. Precia Hilliard, that's the sister of Pastor Irisha Hilliard. Precia Hilliard, another amazing worship leader. And then Danielle Murphy celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to you all. Let me see what my celebrity birthdays are talking about today. Celebrity birthdays today. Celebrating birthdays today, the celebrities on July the 23rd. Who we got? Well, I sure hope I don't mess up like I did the other. DeAndre Ayton, big man, who just came up a little bit short on winning an NBA championship, celebrating a birthday today. Also, Brandon Roy, man, I tell you, talk about a brother whose career got cut short, celebrating a birthday today. Gerald Wallace also celebrating his birthday today. And who else we got? I think that's it. Terry Glenn out of the Ohio State University, celebrating a birthday today, along with Maurice Green. Y'all remember the Olympic sprinter, won the gold medal in the 100, 4x1, and also did it again in other races. So he's celebrating his birthday. All right, without further ado, come on, let me get some birthday singing going on. Usher, it's on you.
Oh, go shorty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
All right, happy birthday again. Appreciate Usher doing that for them. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on here on what you need to know today. We'll be right back after this.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Friday, July 23rd, 2021. Number 1. Attorney General Merrick Garland returned to his hometown Thursday to launch the Justice Department's fight against gun trafficking. The strike force will focus on what are described as corridors that traffic guns to Chicago and 4 other cities: New York City, Los Angeles, the San Francisco Bay Area, and Washington, D.C. The effort will include increased enforcement in so-called supply areas, cities and states where it normally is easier to obtain firearms that are later trafficked into cities with more restrictive gun laws. Number 2. Critical race theory is shaping up to play a major role in the 2022 midterm elections as Republicans ramp up efforts on culture issues to win back control of both the House and the Senate. Critical race theory is a decades-old academic theory, usually taught at the college level, that puts the nation's history of institutional racism at the center of teaching history. Arguments are increasingly being seen in conservative media and in school debates and board meetings around the country. Number 3, the first of 6 monthly payments through the enhanced child tax credit hit bank accounts on July 15th, with most parents of children who are 17 or younger getting one of those deposits. But some parents are reporting they haven't yet received a check, or they got a lot less than expected. The Internal Revenue Service says many issues stem from misunderstandings about eligibility. Find out some key aspects of the child tax credit in today's newsletter. Number 4, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed Senate Bill 2122 into law, which prohibits the use of lying to minors by law enforcement officers. This makes Illinois the first in the U.S. to implement this law. Illinois has gained a reputation for gathering false confessions and manipulating constituents. Moreover, Illinois has recorded the highest number of criminal exonerations in the past 3 years. Number 5, billions of dollars are spent on cosmetic products each year, and according to data, less than 1 million Americans spent $500 or more on beauty products in 2020 alone. Kaitia King, founder of Mishko Beauty, is one Black woman who is staking claim to some of these dollars and making waves in the industry. Read more about Mishko Beauty in today's Black Business Spotlight. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Choose to change into your best self. Yes, ma'am. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partner, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Get ready to hit the top of the hour. If you
It's
want
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to.
Sybil Wilkes, now we already did you already. Again, if you want to get in, 281-453-1000.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, y'all know we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud you step on the field, man. That's who I am. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had no work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, this game is first hour on the books, second hour underway right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Again, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Just got some breaking news. And Charlotte, this is what we were just talking about. Vikings offensive line coach Rick Dennison has left the team after refusing to get vaccinated. Yeah. Offensive line coach, not going to get vaccinated, left the team. I got to read some of these messages about his decision. Dude left a high-paying job because he didn't want protection against a virus that is most dangerous for people his age. Yeah, I can't read that one. This person said, well, they weren't going to do anything anyway. This person said, this is genuinely the funniest thing I've read in a long time. And Ryan says, all fun and games until Cole Beasley leaves the Bills. NF says, bro lost his job due to a needle. I'm crying. Phil says, or because he knows he doesn't need it. Well, I mean, again. Ryan says, good for him. Shouldn't be forced to do what he doesn't want to do. This is a pretty interesting one, and I'm trying to stay out of this politically. But Steph came and said, you still feel like that when it comes to women and women's health choices? Like women shouldn't be forced to have, I won't read the rest of that. I am all for people making their own choices. But like I said, you can't have it both ways. I mean, people run the players in the ground when they don't want to do something that the owners want them to do. Oh, those dumb players walking away from millions of dollars. Oh, they will just, they're going to be handing me my fries out of the drive-through window. Oh, the billionaire owners, they're smart. That's how they got to be billionaires. By the way, you can no longer call LeBron James dumb. Can no longer call LeBron James. He's a billionaire. The first NBA player to become a billionaire during his active career. No, AJ, Michael Jordan. No, Michael Jordan became a billionaire after he played. LeBron James still suiting up for the LA Lakers, first NBA player to become a billionaire during his playing career. $330 million in playing salary, $700 million in endorsements. LeBron is the fifth athlete to do it as an active player, joining Tiger Woods, Floyd, say it like you mean it, Money Mayweather, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Lionel Messi are the only athletes to become billionaires during their active career. So if the billionaire owners are smart, then guess what? The billionaire player is smart too. No longer can you say, oh, it's the billionaires against the millionaires. No. Now it's the billionaires against a billionaire. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Jay, how you feel, man?
With my hands. How about you?
Oh, I feel with my hands like I always do.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look here, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much time you got, man? Because I still ain't forgot how you dogged me out.
I dogged you out too, Doc. I gave you a 2-piece with fries, man.
I didn't know calling you a chump would bring that savage out in you, brother.
Bruh, I had time that day. Hold on, somebody else is calling in.
Okay.
Let me tell them to hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. KYOK, hold on. Don't go nowhere. All right, Greatest, you got time. Go ahead and kick it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be brief because I know people be on hold. They don't want to wait forever.
Man,
okay.
listen. If I held on as long as I did for the company I had to call today, they can hold for just a little bit. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay, all right. Hey, man, I want to commend LeBron James, Money Mayweather. I'm not gonna say the other guy's name because he don't relate to us.
Oh man, you leave Tiger Woods alone, bro.
Hey,
You know you watched that golf when Tiger was playing. Hush your mouth.
Hey, but look out though, man. I want to commend them brothers for becoming billionaires, man. Because like you just said, man, a lot of people think they just dumb athletes. What's up? No, dog. You know, these are intelligent brothers who done went to school. They've hired guys, especially LeBron. You know, he hired his ex-teammates, sent them to school for them to work for him, man. So I want to commend that brother. That brother's smart, man. Yep. He ought to be up there with Jobs and them other cats, man.
Yep.
But check it out, though, man. I got a quick question, and I'm gonna be through, caller. Okay, don't you believe in the old concept? You get what you put out there. Yes or no?
Yeah. I think if you put the wrong energy out there, you're gonna get the wrong energy back.
I mean, okay, yeah, pretty much. And I'm not saying this is what this particular guy did, but all your career, you've been Showtime. You've been flashy with the jewelry. You've been talking noise, partying, the little dance that you do. And I'm a Deion Sanders fan. But the other day, when that hold up now, let me get it out, son. Okay, the other day when that reporter called him Deion, and he told the guy you wouldn't call Nick Saban Nick, so call me Coach Sanders. And the commentator should have done that. Instead of being all smart, Alec, talking about Deion, I'd have got to walk that too. But my point is, he's seen you all your career, flashy, dancing, showtime, and then when he call you by your name, you get offended. Now, am I right or wrong for feeling the way that Dion, you get what you put out there? I'm listening to you, brother.
I see how you stretched and tried to make
brother.
You know, you stretched, boy. I'm surprised you didn't pull a spleen, boy.
God.
You need to check your spleen, bro. I think you might have pulled your spleen the way you tried to stretch that. And because Dion put all that showtime out there, that prime time, you know, he got prime time on in the interview. No, man, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. Because again, the players that you like, they get all amped up and hyped up and in people's face. You love that. They fiery competitors. They motivated to win. But you ain't like prime time running your against your team, running that punt back and running that interception back and putting that hand on the back of the head, kicking them legs up. You ain't like that. So it was negative energy, and now he getting negative energy back. Now, man, prime time was trying to set a tone when he was like, yo, I'm coach now. I'm not Dion. I'm not this. I'm coach right now. We're at media day. And the way the dude flippantly came back.
Right. I don't think that. I agree with that.
Yeah. So to me, I agree with what Nate Griffin said yesterday. The media relations people should have cut that off. They should have muted that down and then went back to the young man and said, yeah, listen, we're trying to set a different atmosphere here. You know, coach wants to be called that. And if you don't want to call him that, then just let us know and we'll go to somebody else. And you just write your story based on other people's questions. But for him to walk out, I thought that was wrong. I think he handled it the wrong way. But again, a person has the right to tell you how they want to be addressed. And you have the right to address them how you want to, understanding that by not addressing them the way that they want to be addressed, maybe you don't get called on for questions anymore. And that's just the way it goes, because the media, some of my colleagues feel like they are entitled to certain luxuries and the ability to call somebody whatever they want to call them. It don't work that way. And you can argue on your own show and in your own column and your own platform, but it just don't work that way.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna give way to the person that's on hold.
Okay.
Because they're a pretty wise person for calling you because you're a great man. But in closing, you know, Dre, I don't appreciate you talking to me all rough and stuff, man. And since we can't get along, we're gonna have to get it on because you being rude with a hostile attitude. Rumble.
Love you, greatest. Love you. All right, caller, do me a favor. I got to take a quick break. Let me see who it is. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Brother AJ,
Ferdinand, do me a favor. Stay there real quick, Ferdinand. Let me hit a quick break, brother, and I'll be right back with you, okay? All right, Ferdinand, good dude, man. Good dude. Call of the year 2017. You know I'm coming right back then. We'll be right back with that right after this on the lunch break.
This is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYO.
You know I gotta get my dog out there. You know I gotta get my dog. Man, PJ Tucker. Let me get Ferdinand back in here. Ferdinand, did you see PJ Tucker on that podium yesterday? Talking about, I got traded, and I got here. They said we didn't have no dogs. We had dogs. They just didn't know they was dogs. We got dogs. Look, Milwaukee, we got dogs. I loved it, man. I loved every bit of it. Was very happy for PJ Tucker and the Milwaukee Bucks. What you know, Ferdinand? How you feel today?
Yeah, Like I said, got a couple of things. I'm glad you brought that up first. I'm happy for Tucker, man. Happy. Thing about it is, AJ, man, you got to believe in yourself. I don't want to call you, AJ, when I get it right. Because if I get it wrong, I still want to call you. So didn't get it right by the Suns. They fought a good fight. They came up short. But, man, nothing but kudos to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And being to a judge, they believe in themselves. That's why I say, AJ, a lot of times it's not the big name.
Yeah.
It's not the big name, but when you know how to draft talent, and those talented guys believe in one another, that's your end result.
Yep.
That is your end result. Now, when it came to the game, AJ, the fourth quarter, the best thing the Suns could have did, AJ, was what the zone. Nobody in the stands can hold Giannis. You can't go man-to-man a whole game with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You can't do it.
Right. Yep.
So when they went to zone, they was able to contain the situation to fight back. Now, down the stretch, AJ, I really had some problems with the officiating. A couple of calls were called. I wasn't happy with it. But, hey, you don't play the game for the officiating. So, man, kudos to Milwaukee, man. Nothing but great love to him. Chris shouldn't hang his head down. He fought a good fight. He just come up short because the shots that they did put up, they didn't fall.
Right.
So when your shots don't fall, man, you got to take it for what it's worth. Be happy for those guys and try it again next year.
Yep. No, I agree with you. I agree with you big time.
As far as Mr. Dion, sometimes, AJ, you have to set the bar. When you earn your right to what Deion Sanders is, man, he may not be right to a lot of people, but look, you're going to give me some respect. You're going to put a handle on my name. I'm a coach. If I want to be referred to as a coach, and I done told you that, don't keep calling me Deion.
Yeah, again, man, I'm like this. Deion told him, Coach Sanders told him what he wanted to be, how he wanted to be addressed. And, whether Nick Saban, he calls Nick Saban that or not, it really wasn't the point. And I think that's where people kind of got convoluted because, folks will focus on one thing, but not the main thing. Regardless of what you call Saban, I want to be called Coach Sanders. And then, I got colleagues that say, well, he's not my coach, so I'm not going to call him that. That's fine. You don't have to call him that, but don't be mad if they don't call on you to ask questions. I mean, it's as simple as what we're talking about with everything else. When you have been informed on what you need to do to get done what you have to do that. Just simply do that. And if you don't want to do it, just realize there might be consequences that are contrary to what you want. So you don't get it always just because you got a platform, you've got a microphone, you've got a radio station or show or what have you. He wants to be called Coach Prime. If your name is Billy and somebody keep calling you Bob, at some point you're going to say, listen, my name is Bob. If they keep calling you, my name is Billy. If they keep calling you Bob, then you're going to exit from the conversation. So it's not really a big deal. I hate that it went down the way it went down, but Coach Sanders is allowed to be addressed the way he wants to be addressed. I have people that know me from since I was knee-high to a pup. But when they see me in the church, what do they call me? Pastor. And they're not that common and familiar. They're respectful of my role when I'm there. When we out on the street, it's a whole different deal. But when somebody wants to be addressed the way that they ask to be addressed, respectfully do that.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that may not have been right, AJ, to a lot of people, but I'm glad that Deion is setting the bar for things to come. Didn't ask for much. Just ask to be called coach. So whatever you have to do, AJ, to set the bar for respect, I'm all for it.
Me too.
It wasn't nothing derogatory. He done it as best that he knew how to do it. So going forward, hey, man, everybody know to call him coach.
Right.
You don't call him coach. 9 times out of 10, you won't get an answer. He'll go to the next one. So, hey, I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
So, with that being said, I'll go to my next and I'll get off. AJ, last I checked, when I was coming up in school, a brain was a brain. You didn't have a white brain. You didn't have a black brain. You had a brain. LeBron James has a brain. Whatever you interject into your mind to become the greatest player, the greatest man you could be, to do that. You got to put some in there, in that little membrane to become great. So how you gonna be mad at this man because he is what he is? He won a championship. He's a businessman. He works hard on the court. off the court. You can't expect nothing but greatness out of whoever name that would be.
Yep.
And so because LeBron is a billionaire, man, kudos to him. Thank God for it, AJ. And I hope and pray that he doesn't stop there. Empower the people that are around him so they can empower other people. It's a tree. He is a tree. And he's a wonderful tree. He's a great tree. You can't take something away from a man that earned it. So for those naysayers and the ones who don't like LeBron, we understand that. You're going to have him. But you can't take away that man come from nothing, AJ.
Right.
And now he's something.
Yep. Yep. No, man, the kid from Akron, man, listen, I'm so happy for him. I can't see straight. To accomplish, to accomplish all that he's accomplished on and off the court. I mean, I can't give him more kudos. And folks don't tear him down. But listen, he got a billion reasons why he don't need to let it matter to him what they say. What do you think about these players and coaches that are opposed to doing what the NFL has asked for them to do and the rules that the NFL is putting in place?
AJ, I've lived for 51 years here on earth. Certain people strong on people to do what they want. As us individually, we got to know what we want to do when that time comes. Those rules that they have are very strict. A player got to know, AJ, whether they want to play or they want to do something different. If you want to continue to play in the NFL, you're going to have to get some of these strict rules that they're trying to throw at you. But as an individual, AJ, you gotta stand for something. And if the stance that you take and say, man, I'm done with it. I'm not going to take a shot that I just don't want to take. I'm not want to stand under the scrutiny that the NFL tends to strong on their players. You got to have some respect. Huh? Yeah. If you want me to respect you as an owner, man, respect me as a player.
Yeah.
Don't think, AJ, that I'm an inmate.
Yeah.
I went to school. I have a degree.
Yeah.
I'm just as intelligent as you are. I just don't have $1 billion like you have.
Yeah.
I just don't have the ranch of friends like you have.
Yeah.
But I mean something. I may not mean nothing to AJ, mean nothing to you, but I mean something to me.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
And I hear what you're saying. If that's your position, if that's your stance, then stand on it.
Amen.
Stand on it. And if that means that you got to do like this coach from Minnesota and step away, I mean, again, it's not like it's the government. It's not like the government is saying you got to do this. This is a private business. These are privately owned teams in an association, the National Football League. So, they got the right to make rules. And if you don't want to agree with them, then okay.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah.
Move on. Real simple, AJ. Just move on.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, my brother.
All right, Ferdinand. Take care. Have a blessed weekend, man.
Yes, sir. God bless.
All right. That's the conversation right now. If you want to get in on it, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Again, the breaking news was the Minnesota Vikings offensive line coach has stepped away from the team because he doesn't want to be forced to take the vaccine. So a lot of comments coming in on that. I got to take a quick break. When I come back, I'll read some more. Tyler Hero Fan Club said, "Thank you for speaking out for them, Barry. You're my hero." Let's see. And then somebody posted up some false information about the vaccine. We'll talk about some of that when we come back right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. That's 800-219-8332.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. That's 800-958-2156.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian.
All right, y'all,
Show.
last one.
Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune in to the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
All right, Raven Rogers on her way. I think she's already in Tokyo. But getting ready to hopefully bring home the goal in that 800 meters. She is one of our first interns right here on the show, and I am so proud of her. Out of Kincaid High School, went to University of Oregon, Sco Ducks, and is now running for Team USA in Tokyo. I am committed to having her back on the show when she gets back. Hey, if I can find a way to get her to call in from over there, we'll make it happen. But anyway, Raven Rogers, love you, proud of you, gonna be rooting for you. All right, so big shout out to Ro! I know she recently had a birthday. Ro said, 1 billion reasons not to care about the negative stuff people say. Yes! Yeah, Ro, that's how I would be if I was LeBron. I mean it. That's how, let me see, I got 1, 2, man, listen, by the time I get to 1 billion, I ain't gonna care no way. So how about if I just don't care right now? You know, folks like to talk about other people. Good God, leave them alone. Leave them alone, leave them alone. All right, let me get back to this. Comments are coming in left and right. In reference to the coach for Minnesota, line coach, walking away from the team because he did not want to get vaccinated. He said, I personally would recommend anyone and everyone get the vaccine, but it's everyone's choice whether or not to get it. So for people to lose their jobs because of their decision is pathetic and disgraceful. Dennison is just the first. Wonder how long the list will get. That's the part. You don't get it both ways. If you choose not to do something and your employer requires you to do it and you want that job, you have what's called a decision to make. That's where the rubber hits the road. You got a decision to make. What Bone Thugs and Harmony say, meet me at the crossroads. You at a crossroad and you got to make a choice. Do you go left and do what they tell you to do, or do you go right and do what you want to do? Every now and then, your decision will not allow you to keep the employment that you have. And it's okay. It's when you want to dictate everything. I ain't doing it, and you can't make me quit. Remember when folks were protesting and kneeling, and some of the at-will states, or I'm probably saying it wrong. I'll never forget a young man lost his job in Tennessee because at a non-company event, he took a knee. And he got back to his company, and they fired him. Guess what? The company didn't want that. You can't do that and work here. He made a decision, and it cost him his job. If your company says, and you're a private company, and I'm not talking about municipality, I'm not talking about school districts, I'm not talking about government employees, postal workers, what are the other federal and state government jobs, municipality jobs? Not talking about any of that. I'm talking about private run business. If they say we want you to be vaccinated and you don't get vaccinated, then you got a choice to make. And it's not political. It's not. I get what people are saying, but I also this is how it works. Mason says, bro gave up probably his dream job because he was scared of a needle. Couldn't be me. Another Mason, two Masons, said, or maybe he didn't want to give up his freedom for a vaccine that hasn't proven to actually work. This is what I want to get to. I don't know about anybody else, but I am very clear. The vaccine that I took does not eliminate me or make me immune to COVID-19. I didn't think it did. I don't expect it to. And, until it actually gets improved or whatever, I don't think it will in the future. I know that. What it does is it lessens the severity of the virus if I should get it. More than likely, I won't have a hospital stay. More than likely, I won't have the severe symptoms. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. I got kids. I got family members. I got older members of my church that I took responsibility to do what I needed to do, because what I choose to do could have a direct, deadly, or severe effect on them. That was my thought process. Doesn't have to be yours. I'm not trying to make it yours. All I'm saying is that was my thought process. But I never at any time thought by taking the 2 shots that I took, Pfizer vaccine, that I was going to not ever be exposed to COVID-19, have a chance to catch it or spread it. So all the folks saying that ain't the issue. What the commissioner is saying is, if you are unvaccinated and you cause a spreader situation and your team is unable to field a team, your team has to go in quarantine, then you're going to forfeit that game. And if it cannot be rescheduled, nobody's getting paid. I don't know what will happen if someone who is vaccinated catches COVID and that causes an outbreak. I believe that the consequences will be the same. I don't know that. It has not been expressly said or stated by the NFL. Without calling Roger, Commissioner Goodell, what about if a vaccinated player, catches COVID and it spreads from them? Will it be the same situation? That would be my question. CJ said, right, save your life and others you may come in contact with better safe now than sorry. Again, I just shared my thought process. I just shared mine. So going back to just a pure business model, remember, a lot of people were upset because they could not transact business. Business owners, consumers didn't like that they could not transact the business that keeps the economy going. They marched on capitals. Honey, get the AR-15. They won't let us go outside. We got to wear masks. Get the AR-15. I'm going down to the Capitol. Ran down and was spitting in police officers' faces and all that kind of stuff. I ain't talking about the nation's capital. I'm talking about they went after state capitals because of mask mandates and shelter in places, because of liberties, freedoms, and the ability to transact business. So now numbers are going up again. Cases are going up. More severe, more deadly in some cases. Even younger people who seem to be kind of excluded from this, even younger people are now more susceptible to catching this Delta variant. So business owners and business people are saying, I want to do what I need to do to make sure we don't have to shut down again. So they're requiring you to wear masks in their businesses. They're requiring you, if you are their employee, to either get vaccinated or make sure whatever you do, you are not the cause of an outbreak. I don't see the problem. Without having to storm the state capitol, again, not talking about January 6th, but without having to run down to the state capitol and stand up on the steps with your AR-15, they're trying to put measures in place before it gets to that. Everybody wanted football. Oh, gotta have football. Gotta have the whole community. The economy in some of these very small college towns are dependent on college football and NFL and the vendors and the merchants and all. Remember this? Remember all of this? And now here we are. And in order to get the football and the baseball and the basketball, the players have to make a decision. NFL came out a little strong in the start of their season. Basketball just finished. I dare say, depending upon how this works in the NFL, you may see the other major sports go to some version of it. And what's the first sport to come back during football season? I think it will be baseball, of course, will come to an end, but it'll be basketball. We'll see what the NBA decides to do if the spikes are continuing to go higher. I get it, folks. I get it. You don't want to be forced to do anything you don't want to do. It's amazing how, wow, I shouldn't say this. Gosh, I shouldn't say this. But you know me, I'm going to. It's amazing how it's a huge problem when it affects other people's lives at a broad mass scale. But when somebody has to make a personal decision about how they handle their own body in a way that affects them and the people closest to them, we got instant legislation against that. I got to take a break. I'll be back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday. We'll be right back.
This is Jasmine Highsmith, and you're having a side of sports with your lunch here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
You have high blood pressure or diabetes? Are you over the age of 65 and covered by Medicare? Then pay close attention to this message. Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID-19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527.
Do you have a home that you don't want anymore? We can buy it from you within 24 hours, any home, size, or condition. For over 20 years, we've been buying homes for cash and helping homeowners sell their homes immediately, with no listings or strangers walking through your home. Are you moving? Did you lose your job? Going through a divorce? Whatever the reason, if you're in a bind and you know that you need to sell your house fast, call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. We'll make you a serious cash offer to buy your home in 24 hours and let you walk away from it. No listing, no waiting. Sell any home, any size, any condition now. Call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. Make this free call now.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760. If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number: 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all. I literally got to get ready to go. But I got to give this last little story. Dennis Dodd is reporting that Texas and Oklahoma are expected to declare their intention to leave the Big 12 in as soon as 24 to 48 hours, a prominent Big 12 source is reporting. The Longhorns and the Sooners are set to inform the Big 12 on Monday that they will not be renewing their grant of rights agreement with the conference. Let's see. The source says, I'm not saying it's 100%, but it's close to it in terms of being a done deal. It could be as soon as 24 to 48 hours, as long as 2 weeks before we have any clarity in terms of timing. Let's see. If the programs were to effort an SEC debut in 2022, each would owe up to $80 million to the Big 12 as a penalty for leaving the Big 12 before the current TV rights contract expires in 24-25. They both got that. $80 million. look, whoever run that dowry for UT and OU, they peeling that off. They peeling that off. 80 of them here. All right, now what? Give me my receipt. Give me my receipt. I don't know you like that. Same time. So I think, again, 2022 is going to be interesting in college football because we could see a major realignment in the Big 12 and the SEC. Lot going on. All right, I got to get ready to go. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music, latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does his thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. Over the weekend, you got some great shows. I'm talking about Coffee with Keith, big Longhorn fan, Longhorn Keith Hawkins, Coffee with Keith, and that'll be tomorrow from 12 to 1. And then from 1 to 2, it is the Not So Christian in Me show with Larry Scott, Denise Scott, Natasha Marie, and others. They're coming up on their 1-year anniversary here on the legendary KYOK, and yours truly is going to be a part of that 1-year celebration. So I'm excited about that. Also over the weekend, you got gospel tracks and more. Monday morning, Erica Campbell and Griff. Get up morning, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central. Then your guy right here will be back with Oh My Goodness Monday. And I can't wait to see what happens on Oh My Goodness Monday. So as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. If you don't mind, I feel like I got to be real polite with folks right now. If you don't mind, wear your mask where you're supposed to. Wash your hands like you're supposed to. Consider getting vaccinated. But whatever you do, when you see racism and bullying, kill it. Not the person or the people, but the racism and the bull. Put a stop to it, man. It's time for that. With everything else we got going on, that's the last thing we need to be dealing with. As always, y'all, I'll talk to y'all on Monday. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Do me a favor, have a great and safe weekend. And y'all be careful out there, man. A lot going on, a lot of emotions running high. Talk to y'all on Monday.